throw that kickstand down, pop a cold one, and sit back and relax. It's time for the John and Heather Show, featuring John and Heather Toto, Florida's favorite biker couple, documenting the biker lifestyle and bringing you the latest in events and interviews from the biker world. And now, here's John and Heather.
Hey, it's the
John and
Heather Show coming to you and you live from
you out there. We're live.
Well, I just had a little Freudian slip there.
Live from our production studio, riding with these fine bunch back here. Born to ride, and it's Tuesday. Just talk to them.
I will. It's Taco Tuesday, or affectionately known as Ta Tuesday, baby.
Oh, we got some comments ready.
Ta 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 ta.
Oh,
I didn't spit it out earlier, so
you don't spit.
That's true too.
Oh, how's everybody doing out there? I see we got Al already on the show right now.
Hey, Al Lights, how you
Tuning
doing?
in
Good evening to
tuning
you.
in from YouTube out there, and he's watching the show right now. We got a lot of things going on for you today. We're going to have a really nice gentleman on the show named Travis Barbie, goes road name of Risky. He is a mason, he's a Shriner, and he is going to ride his bike from here to Alaska and back for special needs.
Isn't that something?
I mean, we're talking, 8,000 miles each way?
I think it's about 10.
Each way?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking a solid month and a half probably in the seat just to get there, to basically probably have to get an oil change because you're going to be past that to turn right around and have to come back. And that's going to be
in hopes of raising $50,000 for special needs children with special needs, children who are born with any type of affliction.
Yeah.
And this is to help them with their dental needs.
Yeah.
So that they can have beautiful smiles.
That's right.
Because why not? And we know only too well.
And they go for miles for specials. Was it miles for specialsmiles.com?
That's right.
Yep.
And we know all about that only too well.
Oh, with our daughter with special needs.
Yeah,
because with Downs, they always have bad teeth. There's just no way around it because it's
not so much that it's bad teeth.
They're small. They don't have all their
sometimes
teeth.
They don't have the teeth. Right. Yeah. Right. So, we had Donald Bryn. How you doing, Donald?
That's Get Lit LED. For all your light needs, go ahead and talk to Donald Bryn out there. And we have Al, just love to be able to get out and ride. That is the truth. That's our buddy Al, 2 tours of Vietnam. That didn't kill him. Spearing through the back of a hatchback didn't kill this guy.
He's a strong man. He is, Al.
Probably 15 lives.
That's right. And we're talking about the miles for special smiles.
That's one that we're going to have on here. The next one we're going to have on here.
Risky is going to be riding to Alaska.
Yes, Alaska and back. And then also we're going to have Travis on here talking to everybody about...
That is risky.
Yes, that's what I meant. We're also going to have Blake, sorry about that, buddy, on the show to talk about the difference between MotoGP and Superbike competitions. What's what Donald say? Donald says, got my shop all set up. All right, he is now in Toledo, Ohio. So if anybody out there, 75 and loving the ride, oh my God, is Al. Al is 75. Right. And also Donald from Get Lit LED. He just recently moved to Toledo, Ohio.
We got something to show you guys. Yep. I got something to show you. Watch this.
So some of this. Yeah, just play it. Nope. Well, we're trying.
All right, guys, there you have it.
Mhm. That was two of our new ads that Heather put together out there. They look really good. We actually have three that we're going to do, but those two look great.
Yes, they do. They look pretty cool, I think, huh?
Yeah, I do too.
I thought they looked pretty cool.
Yeah, Heather put them together with her talented skills and got them out for you guys to go. And I just kind of wanted you guys to see it.
Well, we got a lot of things going on. We were talking
Mhm.
about Risky and what he's doing with Special Smiles. Miles for Special
Special
Smiles.
Smiles.
If we
Yep.
can ever get that out. Boy, that's a tongue twister.
Yes, it is.
Miles for Special
Special
Smiles.
Smiles.
And his ride to Anchorage, Alaska, for helping to raise $50,000. We also going to show you some video that we have with the difference between what John was talking about
MotoGP and a Superbike competition.
Superbike competition. We're going to get into
races.
that. Blake wanted to
Mhm.
talk a little bit about that today. So we've got some things going on, and we're going to talk to you about that. We've got some other things going on happening. We took our rig in, and
Oh,
we
geez.
had to get the TVs fixed. That
Yeah.
was a whole shenanigans in itself, but we'll
Oh,
get into
yeah.
that in a little while. We went to Crystal Harley Davidson this past
For
weekend.
customer appreciation.
We had a good time for Customer Appreciation Day.
Good turnout.
We did.
Really
Yeah,
good turnout,
it was. It was a
too.
good turnout.
The parking lot was packed. Anytime when I pull into Harley for customer appreciation, I'm looking for a parking spot. I know that the place is busy.
It is. We got lots of things coming up.
Mhm.
We've got the big biker bash, the Great American Biker Bash coming up. And we want to tell you all about that. That is going to be
Saturday, July 27th between 11 and 6 o'clock. And this is going to be at Tampa Bay Harley Davidson on East Adamo Drive in Tampa Bay. It's brought to you by, you name it, out there with everybody, Bikers Helping Bikers. We have Fran Hosh, we have Boss Hog, Sassy Suds, free vendors. We're going to have all kinds of stuff going on there. There's going to be
Tommy
a hot rod.
Rocks.
There's going to be Tommy Rocks. There's going to be a Hot Rod Classic free show. The top three awards are the $100 for the best of show. And you can also win a $500 gift card there.
You can win a lot of stuff going on.
And that is going to be Saturday, July 27th between 11 and 6 o'clock. That is going to be at Tampa Bay Harley Davidson. Born to Ride is going to be there. You want to go Born to Ride, the tent will be there. Go pick up your latest magazine from Born to Ride. Go say hello to Vic or whoever's going to be there, us, whoever, just say hi and pick up your Born to Ride magazine right there, and you can keep in touch with everything that's going on.
That's right. That's going to be Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to miss that.
No,
We've
we
got lots
don't.
of things coming up. We also got Pub 44 here in Citrus County. They have Bike Night tonight going on
Today's Tuesday. Oh, yeah, every Tuesday.
every Tuesday.
It starts at 6 o'clock.
That Bike Night, and that's at Pub 44. They've got some other things going on. You might want to give them a shout out
Beer
and check
bucket
them out.
specials, Jello shots, karaoke, food available. And then, we have
Jonathan's Pub 44.
Mhm.
They've got some things going on. But here we got some other things going on. We've got coming up, we've got Crystal Harley Davidson's Bike Night.
second Thursday of each month. And that is going to be at Florida Cracker Monkey Bar. We will be down there. Born to Ride will be there. Vic will be there.
James Irwin will be
James
there.
Irwin will be there. And we will all be supporting Born to Ride and Crystal Harley Davidson. And it's just, that's sponsored by the Loman Law Group, and you need to be there. It's just going to be an awesome, awesome, awesome adventure.
That is. And let's talk a little bit about James Irwin.
Oh, yeah. Bikers Helping Bikers. This is Mr. Irwin. Awesome gentleman. He will help you with all your financial needs, especially if you're going to be retiring and you want to be able to have a steady flow of income. If you want to be able to borrow money from yourself and all this other stuff, that's something that you really, really want to do. You want to talk to this man about getting all your financial needs set up and in line for when you want to retire. So again, this is James Irwin. He's fiduciary, so he's not going to charge you anything unless you're making money. So that's something else that's really cool too. You don't have to pay all those crazy fees to be able
No.
to get this gentleman involved and taking care of you towards the end of your life to be able to have money that you need to be able to retire on, or being able to help you with retirement to be able to have a little bit more money so you can be able to do things that you would like.
That's right, guys. And we know all about that because don't we all want to do
Alan's
stuff?
still up there.
Don't we all want to do things?
Yes, we do.
We do, because I know I do.
Comments.
I do.
Yes, I know. I want to do them while I'm not too old either. That's the other thing. because I really want to be able to enjoy myself while I'm not too old. Hopefully.
Who the hell says you're not too old, baby? You're old.
Oh, I know.
Ah,
I'm old, but I still can remember
but
to
you're
pee.
still good looking.
So are you, baby. You're my beautiful wife.
Thank you. And you could still remember to pee. Thank goodness.
See, as long as you can
He
still...
doesn't want the bed yet.
Nope, as long as I can remember to pee, make it to the toilet, know who I am, I think I'm pretty good.
He's doing pretty well.
I'll stay together, and as long as I can ride. And as long as I can ride. If I can't ride, man, oh. And I love these things. Check these out. Cinnamon Toast Crunch iced coffee.
Oh,
If
they're
you
really
love
good.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You need to get
Cheers.
yourself one of these. Cheers. Get yourself one of these because they're awesome. It's literally like drinking Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, we don't drink, but we do drink coffee.
Mhm.
And these are good. Really, really good. We promote these.
You can
So if
stand.
you're looking for a sponsor, here we go.
Oh, man.
What's going on, Al? Even at your age, you're still enjoying life, riding and enjoying friends. Well, hell
Damn
yeah, that's what life's about.
Damn straight, Al. That's
Amen.
exactly what life's about. Life behind bars is the way to be. Just because you could go and get the wind.
Isn't
get
that
it-
kind of like what Masonic stuff is about? Let's talk a little bit about the Masonic Brotherhood.
Okay.
And
Well, actually, I thought we were going to play a little bit of that video first.
okay, you want to play a little bit of the video
Yes, we
first?
do.
Okay,
Okay.
let's do
Let's
that.
find it. Where is it?
It's here.
Okay.
It's here. It's right here. All right, we're going to show a little bit of this video that's going to enlighten you a little
No,
bit
the next
about
one down.
what we're doing.
Next one down is MotoGP. It's the one to show first.
Oh, we're going to show the
Yeah, because
MotoGP?
Blake's getting loaded up.
Okay, so you want to show the
Mhm.
MotoGP? Okay.
We're going to do MotoGP, guys, first. Difference between the two, because Blake, our MotoGP correspondent, he's sitting in the green room, and we're going to play some of this video for you.
This is going to give you a little
Running
bit
a
of
little late.
difference.
We're running a little late, Blake.
For us motorbike racing enthusiasts, there are two big names that dominate the scene: MotoGP and World Superbikes. While they might look similar if you're just flipping through channels, they're quite different once you get into the details. Let's dive into these differences and really understand what sets these two apart. Starting with their racing calendars, MotoGP and World Superbikes both tour globally, but there's a big gap in how packed their seasons are. World Superbikes runs a shorter season with 12 rounds, which is almost half of MotoGP's 21 rounds. This means a lot more racing in MotoGP and naturally higher costs, something we'll touch on more as we go along. Despite MotoGP having more races, they do share some common tracks with World Superbikes. For example, both series race at legendary circuits like Assen, Imola, and Catalunya. Now, let's talk about the bikes because that's where a lot of the excitement is. Both series feature bikes that are absolutely meant for the track. MotoGP is all about speed and innovation, almost like an F1, but for bikes. Cost isn't really a concern here. It's all about building the fastest thing on two wheels. World Superbikes, however, is a bit different. It's more about tweaking and tuning production bikes to make them race ready. They have more rules to follow, which keeps the bikes closer to what you might actually ride on the road. The cost difference between the bikes in these series is huge. MotoGP bikes can easily cost over $1 million, and some say they can even reach $2 or $3 million. World Superbikes are less expensive, coming in around $250,000 to $300,000. Still a lot of money, but not quite as staggering as MotoGP. This difference in cost comes down to the rules. World Superbikes has caps and regulations to keep things affordable and competitive, limiting how much teams can modify their bikes. MotoGP, on the other hand, has fewer restrictions in this area, letting teams spend big on tech and materials to gain an edge. Moving on to the heart of these racing machines, let's talk about their electronic systems. In MotoGP, all teams use a standard ECU, ensuring a level playing field in terms of electronic aids. World Superbikes, however, offers more freedom, allowing teams to choose from a set of pre-approved ECUs. This difference in electronics reflects the distinct philosophies of both series. When we examine the engines, MotoGP has a clear rule: 1000cc four-stroke engines, and that's it. In contrast, World Superbikes offers more variety. Teams can opt for engines ranging from 750cc to 1000cc with 3 or 4 cylinders, or they can go for 2-cylinder engines from 850cc up to 1200cc. This flexibility in World Superbikes aligns with its focus on production-based racing. In terms of sheer power, MotoGP bikes are ahead with around 300 brake horsepower. World Superbikes aren't far behind, managing to extract about 250 brake horsepower from engines closely related to those you find on road-going bikes. This comparison is quite impressive, considering the production routes of World Superbike machines. Tyre choices in both series are crucial. MotoGP's exclusive tyre supplier is Michelin, while World Superbikes teams race on Pirelli tyres. Each series offers a range of compounds to suit various track conditions. In MotoGP, you'll see teams picking from hard, medium or soft tyres for both the front and rear. World Superbikes also has soft, medium and hard options for the front, but limits the rear tyre choices to soft and hard. Another aspect where both series align is the choice of exhaust systems. Most teams in MotoGP and World Superbikes prefer Akrapovic, but you'll occasionally see SC Project exhausts as well. This area doesn't show much difference between the two series. Both MotoGP and World Superbikes fall under the governance of the FIA and Dorna, but they operate.
Okay, guys, that is some really interesting information. And with that, we are going to bring on Blake, our MotoGP correspondent, and bring him on. He's got some more information to bring us, and I think he's got some interesting stuff, don't you?
Yes, I do. You ready there, Blake? All right, let's bring him on.
How you doing, Blake?
Hey, Blake.
Good. How are you?
Oh,
I'm
we are
fine.
good. We are good. Thank you.
So, what'd you
How did
think?
you like that?
No, it's correct. It's correct about the two machines.
Mhm.
I mean, for you guys, for some people who I guess don't really watch racing as much as I do, what do you think about the differences? Do they seem that different, or do they
No.
seem kind of pretty similar?
To me, they seem pretty similar. I mean, on Superbike, you could get up to 1200 cc's, but you can only do that if it's a 2-cylinder engine, though, right?
And that was because Ducati lobbied for
Okay.
the 1199 to be a superbike. Before they wouldn't be able to do that. Ducati has done a lot of lobbying and a lot of and a lot of the.
I was just going to ask you about that. Have they been really instrumental in that?
Yes, both in MotoGP and in World Superbike in creating an advantage, 100%.
Oh yeah,
That's good. That's interesting that they've been loud and had a
saying it.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because I have my 1299. I don't even think I'd be able to race that in Superbike, would I?
No, I don't think so. I think the 1299. That's when they built a 1000cc engine for the World Superbike. But the 1199 you could. Same with the 1098. All of those. Now, the main difference between, let's say, a Superbike and a MotoGP bike is going to be the chassis.
Okay.
So like what it's built on. MotoGP bikes, Moto2 bikes, all of like the Moto kind of that series is all one-off chassis that you can't buy, purely meant for racing, which means they're super, super stiff. Like, because they're only made to go on a smooth racetrack.
That's true.
So they're very, very stiff. Whereas Superbikes are the exact same frame, I would say, that we get to buy. But the World Superbikes, you'll see different swing arms, you'll see different suspension, but most of it is pretty similar. So they're much softer. So you'll see the bikes doing this more, like on braking and stuff. Whereas MotoGP bikes, they just move like this.
Yeah.
So you can brake a lot harder, but you kind of take some of the skill out of it.
Yeah.
Because in Superbikes, a lot of times the best rider will win, no matter what bike they're on.
Really?
Yeah.
It's all about the rider.
Yeah, that's like even when they have like NASCAR and stuff, all those cars are almost identical.
So yeah, right now Top Rack, Raz Gaglioku from Turkey, he won the championship for Yamaha in 21, and then he came to BMW this year, who hasn't won a race a weekend in years.
Yeah.
And this past weekend, he won 3 races. And
That's
for
skill.
BMW, and the next closest BMW was like 10th place. So,
Really? That's
so
skill.
yes,
That's solid skill, like
Yeah.
you were saying.
yeah. Top. If you want to be in awe of somebody's riding, Top Rack is somebody who is one of the probably top 5 skilled riders in the world. Now he might. There's rumors that he might come to MotoGP in the next couple of years because in 27 the rules are changing. So every certain amount of years the rules will change in a lot of racing, and they're actually going to 850cc engines to try to slow it down because
Really?
it's getting too fast for the circuits. Because for the governing like of safety, the
Yeah.
walls have to be pushed back so far
Mhm.
that when you start getting some speeds,
Comments.
now the walls are too close.
That's
And
true.
so they're trying to slow it down where you're not going to, like at Mugello, they were going 227 miles an hour, which is crazy.
Crazy.
We have a racer on right now watching. He races the old school bikes.
Yeah, you got Chuck Kitchen. He races in Sons of Speed. All those motorcycles. It's a dirt track, circular track race.
Yeah, yep.
It's
All
one of the
vintage bikes.
moonshiners.
All vintage bikes, 1943 and below. These guys will be out there on like 1920 Harleys, no brakes, no nothing, sliding around that track at 70 miles an hour.
Hey Chuck,
I
what's
know.
your Chuck? He's watching,
That's crazy Chuck Kitchen from the Moonshiner theory.
and he races. His bike is Deliverance.
Yeah, he named his bike the Deliverance.
Oh, that's cool.
He won.
Chuck won?
He won when he was up in I believe it was Chuck. You were in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, Tennessee
You
or
won.
one of those places. But still, that's crazy doing the dirt track racing sideways
Yes.
from those old time motorcycles.
Well, a dirt track has become a very good training ground now for, like, PJ. He started with dirt track.
Yep.
A lot of the guys that come under Valentino Rossi at his camp, he's got a dirt track at his compound, and they're always sliding the rear because it can come in handy for sure.
Yeah, because if you learn how to slide that rear good, you could drift in a turn in the apex and keep control of the bike.
And I'd much rather wipe out on dirt than I would on asphalt any day of the
We
year.
watched that guy wipe out, man, knocked himself out cold. I thought he was dead. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's just the same thing. When you're wiping out that hard clay surface, that's just as bad as asphalt. I don't care what anybody says.
It is, but asphalt's unforgiving.
Mm-hmm. Now, what's some of the new bikes that's coming that Ducati's putting out? I want to talk to you about that too. The new bikes that Ducati's coming out with for 25. Do you have any updates on that?
So they have not released any of the new bikes yet. Now, we'll say this: the rumors. Well, they've already kind of confirmed this. There's going to be the Panigale is being revamped, new bike. So double-sided swing arm.
Really?
They're going away from the single.
Why?
Because the single-sided swing arm is getting too heavy.
Okay.
And you can distribute the weight on the wheel a little bit better. That's why MotoGP doesn't use single-sided swing arms.
Okay.
Ducati also says that people who love Ducati, like the Ducatistas and stuff, will probably not like this bike when it first comes out.
Okay.
So, which means it's probably going to be a pretty radical change.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what they're going to do, but it should be pretty fun. But that should be announced in October, November, around there.
So is Ducati getting away with the single-sided swing arm completely now?
They will have it on their V2. They will have it on the multi, like Pikes Peak and the new RS. But I think those would be the only bikes to have it, and the V4R, because the V4R is not going to get revamped until 26, and then they'll have a new bike for that. So we'll see. I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
Sounds nice.
It does. I just haven't seen a Ducati with two swing arm with a double-sided swing arm in a while. I mean, because they're known for the single-sided swing arms.
And they have them on the Monster, on the Super Sport, on some of the cheaper ones. The Diavo's is a single-sided.
Yes, it is.
That one will stay single. But for their, I think, high performance, and they're starting to go to a double. Now, I think it's gonna be a beautiful swing arm. I think it's gonna be pretty nice. But yeah.
So it'll be able to handle a lot better in the turns. It's going to be able to handle a lot better in the apex with something like that too.
And just the power of the bike. It'll be able to put.
Yeah. Now they were also saying in Superbike they have different settings that they can play with. What is that?
So let's go to MotoGP first. So MotoGP, the ECU, you can change everything: ABS, corner, how much throttle, all the controls corner to corner, because they're on a GPS. So coming out of a different corner, you're going to have different traction control settings.
Wow.
Every single one. But what happens is, I think Maverick had a problem 2 years ago, Maverick Vinales, or last year, where his GPS got mixed up on the track. And so each corner, he was getting different engine braking, different than what was supposed to be on the bike. And so that will completely screw you on in the long run. Now, Superbike, I think, is a little bit, I think you can do about the same. It's just, you see the riders come in to pit and they go, instead of going, oh, I can make up more time here, I can make up more time here, like on the bike, they'll go, it's spinning too much out of this corner. I'm losing it here. This is good. And so they're like trying to figure out the electronics during the practice sessions. And it's just as important now as kind of the bike itself. You have to really be in tune with your machine and the electronics. And I mean,
turn by turn.
Exactly. So one turn it might give you 80% throttle in second gear, because you don't want 100% throttle. And then when you shift up to third, it'll go back to 100%. So there's data. There's like 3 or 4 data engineers per team. Like it is, it's become a very big part of the sport. Now, one of the reasons that Ducati kind of got so good and Marquez and Honda went down was because when Marquez was winning from like 2015 to 2019, they had their own electronics.
Okay.
But in 2019, Ducati lobbied for everybody to have the same electronics.
Okay.
So all of a sudden, 2019 hits, and now everybody has to use the same ECU. And then Honda just starts crashing and crashing and crashing and crashing. And then Marquez gets hurt and everything like that. But little changes like that can change the whole series. It's crazy.
The dynamics of racing. Wasn't somebody on fire this week too, coming off the track? I saw a video of somebody on fire coming off the track this weekend.
There wasn't any racing this weekend, so maybe
may have been an older footage, but I said there was a guy coming off the track, and I can't remember who it was, and he was smoking bad. I don't know if it was this week or not, but I don't know. Well,
they said there was nobody racing this week, so it had to be a clip.
It was a rerun. They hit me up with a rerun, Blake. Oh, geez. All right, Blake. Thank you for coming on the show, man. It's been great having you on here. Thank you. You
always are full of so much information. You really are. You are a wealth of information, my friends.
I like answering questions.
Well, we love it. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Have a good one. Enjoy your weekend.
All right, you too. Bye.
All right, guys. On that note, we're going to move over and go over a little bit more and move on over to another realm, and we're going to move over to Risky.
Yep.
And Risky is the man we were talking to you about earlier.
It's Mr. Travis Barbee, a road name Risky. This is a gentleman that is going to be doing a lot of riding for special needs.
Yes, he is. He has committed himself to riding to Alaska for Miles for SpecialSmiles.com.
And you could go ahead and visit the site just the way we said before, and you could go ahead and view that and look it over. Now, we have Risky sitting here in the green room right now. Do you want to go ahead and play a little bit of the video first, or do you want to bring Risky on, honey?
I was going to show this.
Okay, Miles for Special Smiles. There's this flyer right there, charity motorcycle run, and this gentleman is going to be riding and riding and riding. He is going to Alaska, guys. I mean,
he's hoping to raise $50,000. I'm hoping he can raise a lot more than that.
I'd like to see $1 million.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
It would. Anyway, with us, we have a special needs daughter, so we understand how that is.
Exactly. If you're ready, Risky, put your hand up. Go ahead, give us a high five or a thumbs up if you're ready. All right,
bring him on.
We'll bring you on. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, guys. How are y'all?
We
I'm
are
doing
good.
fine.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir. It's been great talking to you guys prepping for the show.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm also a traveling man too.
That's
So
what I heard.
Yeah, Springs Lodge 378, but the lodge is, that's where the lodge was, and I think they combined it in with the Inverness Lodge now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm
yeah,
actually a West Virginia Mason. I
Oh,
was
okay.
made a Mason in West Virginia, and I still am a member of the Grand Lodge of West Virginia. I just live
they
in
free?
Florida.
Are they free and accepted or ancient free and accepted?
They are ancient, free, and accepted. That's
what I
the
thought.
reason I haven't moved my lodge. West
Mhm.
Virginia doesn't allow dual membership. So a
Really?
lot of the other states, you can have a membership in two different states.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, West Virginia is not. If you're a West Virginia Mason, then they only want you to be a West Virginia Mason, which I'm good with.
Okay. Yeah, because I have a friend of mine that lives in Missouri, and he's a past worshipful master, and they're ancient, free, and accepted. And down here, we're just free and accepted. And
Right.
when me and him are going through some of this, some stuff, how it is, it's a lot different in Missouri than it was here in Florida. And I was really surprised with the differences between the two.
Right. Well, and being a traveling man, you get out and you go to a bunch of the different states and
Mhm.
find out the ways that things are done in different states, and you can actually get caught a couple of times because you're not prepared for some of the
Things
questions.
always
Or
do.
We have a lodge out here that their proper attire for stated communications, bib overalls.
right.
I'm not joking.
Kathleen Lodge is that way.
Bib overalls.
Yep.
And then the lodge that I was in, it was suit and tie.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody
You get the whole gamut.
Well, at the time, we had Milton as our worshipful master, and he was 85 and past potentate of the My Shrine. So when he did it, everything was to the T. And then the next worshipful master came along was 32.
Right.
So then it became casual attire for stated communication for that year anyway.
Right.
So tell me, brother, tell me about yourself. Tell me how you started in this. What was your motivation, and what made you want to do this?
So I'm a member of Grotto, which is a appendant body. It's very similar to Shrine or Scottish Rite or any of the other extra things that we get involved with as Masons. I'm a member of Grotto. I'm the number 2 in command for our Grotto here in Tampa, and we wanted to do something that kind of put us on the map as far as Grottos International. We wanted to do something that let everybody know that we were here, and we wanted to raise a big amount of money. And it is not only about raising them. I mean, we certainly, our goal all the time is to help the kids. So
Yes.
That's priority one. But we had the secondary goal was to raise awareness for Grotto and let other Masons know what Grotto is all about and why we do what we do.
Get away from
And
the
then
beans.
also to bring some notoriety to Masonry, to let people that don't know about Masonry know what we're doing.
Definitely.
Because we're going to a lot of the local businesses for sponsorships and things like that. We really had the community step up and help out. So it's done well for being able to let everybody know what we do as Masons. So it's been very good.
Yeah, because you got to get into one of those organizations before you can even advertise.
That's right.
Which I always, whatever. You can't, if you're a Mason, you can't advertise. But once you go and you become a Shriner, so you can go play, you can advertise all you want. How it goes. See, the Shriners are where Masons go to play.
Okay.
That's kind of how it get away from the Blue Lodge.
Right. Grotto is the same thing. Grotto is nicknamed the Master Masons Playground.
That's
We're
what
the
watching.
Yep.
Yeah.
we're the ones that wear the fezzes and ride the little cars and fire trucks and mini bikes and everything else in the parades, and it's about having fun. We
That's
just
right.
want to get together and enjoy fellowship, and it's just about being part of a brotherhood.
Yes. Like-minded people with a brotherhood, and that's something you don't see a whole lot of anymore.
Yeah. So we wanted to do something to kind of put us on the map as far as the Grottos International, and this with a goal of $50,000. And our stops, the way we set it up, each of our stops is at either a grotto in the United States or at a Masonic lodge in Canada. So all the way along the route, we're trying to get community involved, Masons involved, Grotto members involved. So it's really been a very good thing. I've met a lot of very quality people in this journey so far.
Oh, that's neat. And you, I'm sure, since you're the one that's riding this, how did you even get? Did you do like raise your hand and say, I want to do
I want
this?
to ride 10,000 miles each way.
Yeah, I
what
want to
did
be
you do?
gone for a month.
Yeah,
I
what-
want to do this.
Month, probably 6 weeks. I mean,
No,
tell
it's-
us what made you come up with this.
So, okay, I'll tell you a secret.
Okay.
It was actually, my inspiration was the Hoka Hey. Those guys do a charity ride where they ride from Key West, Florida to Dead Horse, Alaska. I mean, it adds a couple thousand miles more than what I'm doing. And they go tip to tip, but they do it in like 12 days. And they have a lot of, right. And they have a lot of, they have a couple of those guys are friends of mine. I mean, we have a relationship because if you're a long rider, you meet those guys and kind of gravitate towards them. And, I don't know. There are rules and regulations with the Hoka Hey that, dude, I'm 52 years old. I'm not about sleeping next to my motorcycle on the shoulder of the road. So we changed it up a little bit. We went from Tampa, Florida, at our grotto, and we're going to go to Anchorage, Alaska, and stop at the Alaska or the Anchorage Lodge up there. So. Yeah, it's about 11,000 miles round trip. We're going to average about 600 miles a day.
Wow.
You know,
Are
you,
you
could get an iron butt for this. An iron butt.
Yeah,
You get
you
all
got
the-
iron butt already, right?
I've already got several.
Yeah, because we have a friend of ours named Chantel Williams, and she did 48 states in 23 days.
Right. I think I met her over at Aces Cafe last
Mhm.
year.
Very interesting woman. Very
She's
interesting woman.
Yeah.
She's a neat person. Her restaurant's awesome too. Like
And
there's
she
some
got-
good food.
She gets the respect of a lot of people just for the fact that she made such an epic ride.
Yeah.
She's done it 5 times.
Wow.
Not just once, 5 times.
I knew she did it once. I didn't realize it was 5 times. That's
She's
Wow.
all over the
Fine.
place. Yeah, she just went out.
It took her 3 times to make it to 23 days because it first started at 28 days,
right.
and then the 26, and she finally got down with the right route where she
Right.
needs to be and was able to bang it out. She did like a big circle and one of these, and boom, wound up right back where she started.
Wow.
And she
Yeah.
did it by herself with a Muppet strapped to the back of the bike that looked like her. Crazy. So you're doing about the same thing, and now
600 miles a day.
mhm,
You're going to be staying though. Are you going to be staying in like a sleeping bag, or are you going to be
no,
staying?
keep going
You're
to the
going
grottos. You said
to
right?
Yeah,
stay
so-
in the grotto.
They're
Yeah,
both-
at each of the different stops is going to do something different.
Okay.
We have a stop that we're stopping at that the lodge is where the grotto meets, and the lodge is actually going to let us sleep in the lodge for the night. They had a shower
Okay,
and stuff
good.
there, so they have a barbecue grill, so they're going to do hot dogs and burgers and for us, and we'll have a refreshment stop at the evening.
Mhm.
But then we have several other stops that are going all out. My brothers up in Chicago are putting together a stop where they're rented the Moose Lodge, and they're doing a paper plate dinner where all the
Nice.
proceeds go to the ride, and they're doing raffles, and they're doing all kinds of stuff. And
Yeah,
I'm trying
really
to, I'm trying to encourage everybody to do that at each of their different stops. I mean, it's going to be a really good thing to be able to try to communicate with local news, radio, people like that, to try to get interest locally for each of those different stops. You know, when I first started doing this, I thought, it'll be easy. You know, it's like a big poker run. Just put a couple of stops in there and everything will be great. Yeah, not so much. It's like putting together 27 different poker runs because every
Yes.
single day is food and lodging and fuel stops, and you got border crossings, and
Yeah.
Oh
it's
yeah,
just a
you're
lot
going
of
to
stuff.
Canada.
Right.
That's true. How are you going to do
Practically
all
going
that?
into Cuba nowadays.
Right. No guns, no knives.
Yep, that's right. God
No
forbid.
guns, no
They
knives.
outlawed them. Trudeau said no
Yeah,
more.
that's yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
So we've crossed the group of guys that I ride with is called the Free Runners. We're a Masonic motorcycle riding motorcycle club. We've done it before. We rode up. I guess it was probably 5 or 6 years ago. We rode up to Nova Scotia and brought in our first chapter up there. And since then, we've got several more in Canada. So we got the support of our own brothers once we get up there, and of course in the United States too. So we have a lot of guys that are going to catch up with us, and ride state to state or stop to stop, or so. We have a total of 6 riders that are going on the ride.
Okay.
But there's going to be a lot more than that because we have guys that are going to support us all the way along the way. We'll probably pick up 10, 15 guys here and there that are going to ride, a few hundred miles and then turn around and go back. So,
Oh yeah, they doing anything with the Widow Sons too, or no?
yeah, actually the guys in Chicago are Widow Sons. So
Okay.
they're getting involved. I don't know. It's about finding the right guy in the right place to make everything work out. Sometimes it's a widow son because they're a rider.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a guy that is trying to get a position with the lodge, a special position or a special position with the Grand Lodge. So it's a good publicity thing for him.
Oh, yeah.
So, there's a lot of different opportunities for people to be able to help out and support.
Sure, if they want to go through the seats, everything else, sure.
Yep. So it's just a matter of finding the right person at the right stop to be able to make the stop turn into a very successful stop.
And just having brothers along the way is going to be the biggest thing too.
Yep.
That's going to be the biggest help. Just having brothers along the way, because I know if my lodge ever heard of something like this, we would accept you with open arms.
Right.
Make sure everything is there. But that's what Masons do, though.
Yep.
And that's
So
what
we
a
have
lot of people understand too.
We have a grotto, the Zenda Grotto, the one here in Tampa that we're doing the ride for. They are 501c3, so it's a tax free or tax deductible.
Tax
right.
deductible. That's it. Yeah.
Yep. So everything goes through the tax deductible 501c3, and then when we get back, Zenda Grotto will write a check to the Humanitarian Foundation for all of the money that's raised. And we've had a lot of great supporters. Born to Ride, Ron over there has helped out a bunch. He's run an ad in his magazine for us for the last few months. That's been a big help. Obviously getting on here and being able to talk with you guys has been a great help. And we have, I'm on the, I don't know, I have a lot of jobs. one of my jobs, I'm a cigar brand ambassador for Hiram and Solomon Cigars, which is a Masonic cigar brand.
Wow.
And the owner of the company, Fuad, has donated boxes of cigars for me to raffle off at each stop as I make the trip and stuff. So, I mean, it's really a lot of people that are chipping in to help out. And
you can only do with what's in your cable toe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's as simple as that. A little Masonic term, what's in your cable toe. You're going to do everything that you possibly can to be able to do this ride and to be able to make as much money as you can. Now, I also want to know, let's say somebody's listening to the show right now and they can't do the ride, but they love what's going on and they want to donate. How would they go about doing that?
So if you go on the website, the milesforspecialsmiles.com, go on that website and there's a link that you can click to donate. And if you click on the donation link, it takes you to our Square store, and you can donate as little as $5 or as much as you want to donate. I mean, and every single little bit helps. We started out with a goal of $50,000. Right now, today, I think I'm over 23,000. So
all right,
we're coming along. I mean, we're down to the last. I think we get 6.5, 7 weeks left to go. So. But it's getting close.
So what was your inspiration to do teeth and smiles?
Well, so the Humanitarian Foundation, which is the Smiles for Special Needs Kids, is the charity that Grotto supports. It's just like, and John, I'm sure you know that, like Knights Templar is the Eye Foundation, Shriners is the hospitals. Every one of our appendant bodies kind of has its own specialty that they generate money for.
Yep.
Tall Cedars is
One.
MS, I think, multiple sclerosis.
Mm-hmm.
Grotto, it's the dental care for special needs kids, and it's really important in the United States, because in the United States we don't have Medicare and Medicaid doesn't pay for dental care for special needs kids.
Oh, we know, because our daughter has Downs and she wasn't born with all of her teeth.
Right.
And also she'll just have a tooth fall out just because she has like baby teeth in her mouth.
Right.
And that's just how she is. We're constantly going to the dentist with it, and having to pay our co-pays and everything. Where she has some care that goes with the dentist, though. She gets a little bit of dental care, doesn't she?
No, we take care of
everything. That's what I thought. We have to pay for everything when it comes to her dental care. So you're absolutely right. And Kayla, she's happy, but that's just how it is.
Right. Our humanitarian foundation covers the cost of the anesthesiologist, the hospital, the dentist, 100% all of the care.
Wow.
They as long as they enter the program before they're 18 years old, they can stay in the program until they're 21.
That's amazing.
So,
it's so good. That warms my heart. It really does. When I found out what you were doing, I just really just.
Oh yeah, we had to have you on the show when we found out.
It made me feel so good. It just made me really. It reinstored my faith in humanity.
Yeah, no joke.
Well, and you guys,
and that's why
you guys are here in Florida. You know about the Strawberry Festival, so
yes,
we put our fezzes on and our aprons, and we go over and stand in front of the Strawberry Festival. I think it's I'm going to get this wrong. They have a day that is a special needs day. I think it's the first Monday of the festival, but I don't remember. Anyway, they have a special needs day, and on special needs day, they bring all the special needs kids from all of the schools in Hillsborough County come to the parade, and they like for the autism and stuff like that, they'll turn the music off and they won't have all the flashing lights and all the so it's much more palatable for special needs kids to be able, and they stop the rides to be able to let the kids on and off and stuff.
Yeah,
and they do that for that one day. And so we'll go and we'll set up a table just inside the gate, and we'll pass out brochures that say what we do and how we can help the kids as they come in, and give out toothbrushes and stuff like that. And this year we were very successful. I think by the time we got finished, we gave out 600 toothbrushes and trifold brochures that said, who we are and what we do. So, we have this foundation set up to help the kids. I mean, it's very important to us that every kid has a healthy smile. I mean, kids are supposed to smile. So
exactly,
that's true.
And you hit it right on the nail. Every child should have a beautiful smile.
And so what made you? I mean, because this was a charity of your choice, but did you have a family member with special needs that needed dental work or something like this that was a driving force, or this is just something from your heart?
Nope, something from my heart. I've got lots of friends that have special needs kids, and I didn't really think about it until I became active and involved in the Grotto. And after I got involved in the Grotto, then all of a sudden I was like, well, wait a minute, I could help all these kids. I mean, you
can help out a ton of them.
Right.
The whole community.
Do you have like any apprehensions about this ride, like swamp butt at 1,000 miles in, or like somebody breaking,
my balls are gonna fall off
or something like that? I mean, then you're talking some serious seat time, brother.
Look, I got another secret.
Okay,
I ride an Indian, not a Harley. So
he rides comfort. I knew that's where you were going.
I put Legend suspension on mine. So then took the stock crap off and put Legend. That makes a big difference.
I ride a Can-Am. I ride comfort.
She's just flying along. Not a care in the world.
Right. Well, the Indian came with a heated and cooled seat, so the swamp ass isn't really much of a problem. I don't know. It's a challenge for sure. And when I first started thinking about this ride and talking about it and kind of figuring it out, absolutely, I was a little concerned because, like I said, I'm 52 years old, and to make an 11,000 mile trip is a pretty big deal. I mean, But now that I've gotten into it and have been doing all the work behind the scenes and putting together all the flyers and the promos and the raffles and trying to raise money and talking to businesses and going to Rotary and going to Chamber and going to every bike event that I can go to and just trying to get the word out every place I can get it out. Now I'm just waiting to be able to hold the handlebars. Just let me sit on the
Now you're
motorcycle.
ready to go.
Are you gonna have anybody running with you, like in a car, in case you break down or anything like that, or you guys are on your own?
We do. We have one emergency vehicle. I'm not going to say crash vehicle because we're not going to crash, but we have one support vehicle that's going to be following behind us.
One support, yeah, because I just wanted to make sure that's an awful long trip not to have some sort of support behind you.
Yeah.
Flat tires, you
Right.
know, blown seals and gaskets. You're on a Harley. Any of that can happen.
Yeah. So we're all taking a change of tires.
Except for you, you're an Indian.
You're taking
We're-
one change of tire.
We're
Yeah.
we're all of us are taking one change of tires, a front and a back, just in case we need it. We already have our services set up at a multi-make dealer up in Anchorage that's going to be able to handle our service for us
We
before
were
we go.
talking about that. You're going to be riding so many miles that you're going to have to service your bike halfway through your ride.
Right. We'll have to service up there and then service when we get home.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is totally incredible. I mean, it just
Wow. But that's you're just doing something just really incredible,
can't
amazing.
imagine that much time on the seat, man.
I can.
I mean, I know I can. I mean, I could do
I
it
can
too.
imagine everything they're gonna see.
Oh yeah, especially when you're going up north and going through Canada and everything else.
You're
I've
gonna
never
see
rode through
such
Canada.
beautiful stuff.
Yeah. I've
What
never
route
been
are you
through.
taking?
So I sent a couple of photos over. It was kind of
I
late in the
have it.
afternoon.
You got the photo?
They're basically the route that we're going as we go up. I mean, our first 5 days is in the US, and then the other 8 days are going to be in Canada headed to Alaska. I mean, I didn't really realize the gravity of the trip until I plugged it into Google and said I want to go from Tampa to Anchorage, Alaska. And it zoomed out and you could see the curvature of the earth in the map. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing?
Oh man.
Well, yeah, we're
So-
trying to plan a trip, and we've got our own thing. You know.
Yeah,
that
see
we're-
what does is different. I got a bus. I got a 34-foot bus, and I tow everything behind it. We're going to Sturgis, and I gotta get the right map that I can find gas stations that I can pull into, or
Right.
a place I could park it overnight, or bridges that are at least higher than 13 feet, or I'm gonna rip the AC off the top.
Right.
You know, so that's what I run into with that, because the thing with me is, and I mean, God bless you, because that's a lot of riding. The thing with me is like Sturgis, I'm going to tow my bikes to Sturgis. I'm not going to lie. I'm 52 also, but I'm going to tow my bikes to Sturgis because I didn't want to be rode out. But
No, I can't do it.
because we're getting there early since we're media. We have to show up early anyway.
Right.
And I'm going to go see my grandson for his 9th birthday in Missouri. So I'm going to shoot through Missouri to the Panhandle, see my grandson for his birthday. Grandpa has a ton of presents. I got a whole living room full. I got shoved in the coach. But you know, and that's how we're doing it. So our first long trip. But I'm towing the bikes with me because I don't want to get rode out. I
Right.
just can't imagine when you're like on day 12 and you got like another day or two to go.
I can, because that's when
Wow.
you get that amazing,
That's your second win.
that amazing force. That's when you have that drive.
Oh, that's when you gotta
That's when
dig
you have
down.
that fight with yourself.
That's
and
exactly.
that
gotta
you
get
have
it
that
in your head.
tear
Right.
that comes right there, and you're at that breaking point when
Mhm.
you're like, okay, you know, shit, am I gonna make it
Yeah,
or
you
not? And you
Of
dig
course he's
down
gonna make it.
deep,
He's gonna
and
do
you
it for the kid
exactly, and
He's
that's
gonna do
when
it
he
for the
digs
kids.
down deep and he does it.
because
So yeah,
wow, 13 days. You think it's all it's going to take you to make it there?
I forget. I have the itinerary somewhere. We're I don't remember the exact days. It's a route net to get up there, and then we spend 5 days in Anchorage. That gives us enough time to relax, right? To
Sleep.
relax, to do our services and everything, and then we head back, and then we'll get back by September 3rd, which is our I guess that's the Monday for Labor Day weekend
You
that
shouldn't
we'll
hit
come
any
back.
snow. I don't think you should hit any snow, right?
I hope not.
I
I moved to Florida because I don't want snow.
You're going into North polar ice cap practically going up there to Alaska. There's gonna be sunlight for
They're
4
gonna
hours
see-
a day.
They're going to see everything.
No, it's the other way. There's going to be
Oh,
sunlight for
18
20
hours
hours
a
a day. Right.
They're going to see
God.
everything.
Yeah, because in the summertime it's like stays light most of the day, and at the nighttime it
Yeah.
stays night most of the day. It's crazy. You're so high up in the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, they're going to see so much.
That's something right there. I mean, literally, you really need to have somebody with some GoPros with them and some hard drives and some
Right.
little drives.
Yep.
Because some of that footage and some of that stuff you're going to see, if you want to ever document that,
Yeah, it's going
gonna
to be incredible.
beautiful.
Right. So we're utilizing the GoPros. I got two that I'm going to take. I got two that I'm going to take on the bike, and then I have every stop that I make, I'm going to do a Facebook Live feed so that I
Right.
can, let everybody know what we came into and the
okay.
reception we got.
And that you're okay too, because I know a lot of people that do these trips, and they also, when they check in, people make sure they're okay.
Right.
Because what was that one guy that broke his leg, and then still rode? He would like fall over, and the Harley dealers would pick him up and put him back on a bike.
That's Adam Sandler.
Yeah, Adam Sandoval did something like that too, like broke his leg or something while he was riding and kept the ride going with the broken leg.
That was Adam.
Wow.
Sandler.
Yeah, and with Adam Sandoval, he did coast to coast.
Yeah,
So,
we don't
yeah.
want to see we don't want to see me at the with the Blair Witch Project camera huddled up in the corner.
No,
in the dark.
no, none of that.
It's day 11. I don't know if I can make it any further. No, I don't think that'll happen.
my
And,
God.
we got enough people. There's so much support along the ride that you're not out there alone. I got all the rest of my brothers and prophets that are going to be out there helping us out.
Yes.
And we have a schedule. I mean, on the back end of it coming back, I've got people that are planning big parties and stuff for us along the way. We have to meet our schedule. So,
Correct.
Yeah,
we have to be, and we have a guy that's riding with us that is planning all that stuff out. JP
I'm
is
so double check.
JP is working on mileage between stops to know exactly how far it is and what we're going to need for fuel, because we got one guy that can make about 140 miles is his top, so we're going to have to be conscious of that and figuring it out along the way. And safety, stop the bleed kits and stuff like that, so we can be prepared for anything that happens while we're out there along the way.
Yeah, be glad I'm not
Food.
going with you.
Dude, this thing has to eat every hour.
You have a problem.
You'd be surprised as thin as she is. She has to eat every hour. She's miserable.
Right. Well, they were telling me that I'm going to have to change the way I ride. Like, so if I do, my daughter and I, one year, we lived up in Martinsburg, West Virginia, which is kind of outside of DC. We lived up there, and she wanted to go to the Key Lime House in Lantana, Florida for dinner for her birthday. So we left at 5:00 in the morning and rode a motorcycle from Martinsburg we did 1,050 miles in 16 hours
Wow.
to get down here. And
That's an Eagle Bike or whatever those are, 1,000 miles in under 24 hours, or
Mhm.
was there 1,500 miles in 24 hours? One of those other ones, an Iron
Yeah,
Eagle
yeah.
Bike, whatever.
Yeah. So I've done several of the 1,024s, and I've done a couple of the 15 and 36. Yeah, but when I ride those long rides, and that's what some of my guys are kind of giving me crap about. When I ride those rides, so I'll stop drinking. I won't hydrate and stuff because I don't want to. When I stop, I don't even get off the bike. I'll stop and put 5 gallons of fuel in it and go to the next 200 miles before I pull over. So, there's a lot of times I'll ride 400 or 600 miles without even drinking anything. And I know that's not a good thing to do, but I do it so that I don't have to, so I don't have to stop and go to the bathroom while I'm riding.
Yeah, I get it.
That's the only way you're going to be able to do it. I mean, seriously.
I get it.
But my God, well, I'm going to tell you right now, Risky, I swear I give you the best of luck.
Yes.
We know
you're going to make
best
it.
of
You're going
luck.
to do a great
Even though you're
job.
going north, you're still going east, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stay, to being a Mason, there's a lot of benefits to it, and there's a lot of perks to it. And I was happy to see that you're a Masonic brother also, to be able to do something like this, especially for the kids, doing it
Great.
within your cable toe and doing what you can. It's just an awesome thing. And I
Oh,
really
thank you.
commend you for what you're doing for the children. I really do.
Yes, I thank you.
I thank you very much for coming on the show, and I really thank you again for everything you're doing for the children.
And
once-
we'd like to keep in touch with you.
Yes, I'd like to keep in touch with you, brother. Definitely.
Yeah,
I want
absolutely.
to know how everything's going. And once again, before the end of the show, tell everybody where they go to donate.
So go on our website. It's miles for FOUR special. I'm sorry. Look, I can't even spell it right.
That's right.
Miles for FOR special smiles.com. Yep. If you go on that website, it's got information. I'm actually linking my GPS device to Spotwalla, so you can live track us on the trip if you want to see where
right.
we're at. All that stuff is on the website. And then, of course, links to donate. More about me and the other riders are on the website. And if you guys are interested, we're planning on throwing a welcome home party on September 8th, which is like the weekend after we get back. If you guys want to come over for the party, come over for that.
Heck yes, just remind us. Throw us a.
No, I'm going to keep up with you and
keep
find
up
out
with you, but still send us
how
a
your ride
reminder.
is going and everything.
I
We
wanna
wanna
know how you
find
do
out how you do.
I really do. I really want to know how you do and how long it takes and whether everything went safe is what I really want to know.
We wish you
we
that.
we talked about throwing a party when we got back, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll have people here, and we'll have food, and we'll have for when you roll in." And I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. When we roll in, we're going to go home and get a shower.
Roll right into the shower.
Get that road grime off you. We pull your glasses off and your head's all dirty.
Right. Give me a couple of days to process the pictures, process the video, and then we'll put it up on the big screen and have a party on the weekend.
Exactly.
Sounds wonderful. Well, thank you, Risky, for being on the show. It's been wonderful having you on. I wish you the best of luck, and we will be keeping track of everything you're doing.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
You have a great night.
Yep, you guys too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, there you have it. That was a really interesting fellow,
Mhm.
and he's got just a really phenomenal job ahead of him. He's going to do it, though. We wish him the best, and he's going to do it. Let's get it. Yay for Risky.
Yay for Risky. I wish you the best of luck, brother. That's one hell of a ride. And on that note, the John Heather Show's going to say, keep it shiny side up
and rubber side down.
Deuces.
Deuces. We'll see you next week.
All righty.